I paid $7,000 for a business coach. I was early to every single coaching call. I took notes. I got the strategy planned out from start to finish. All I needed to do was to be consistent for 6 to 8 weeks, and I did nothing. I have 98 unread DMs in my business Instagram account. I haven't opened or read any of these messages. There's a book that I bought months ago about overcoming self-sabotage, and the book is still in the wrapper. Yeah. So if you've ever felt like you are yourself's worst enemy, then this is the video for you, because today we're talking about self-sabotage. Self-sabotaging has been my pattern for way too long, and if I'm being honest, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of self-sabotaging. I gave you a few examples in the first part of this video of how self-sabotaging shows up in my life, but let's get a little bit deeper for you to see that you're not alone if you're feeling this kind of way. So I know I need to wake up at 5:30 every single work day morning to get my day started, and I'm still up at midnight most nights knowing that I cannot function properly without 8 hours of sleep. I say things like, oh, I'm going to walk daily, I'm going to eat healthier, I'm going to go to the gym. I have a membership and everything, but I do the complete opposite. I don't do any of it. I say to myself, okay, today I'm going to be productive, I'm going to make the most out of my day, and then I end up laying down for hours bed rotting because I started a new Netflix series. This channel is pretty young, but my experience or my journey on YouTube is not, because I had a YouTube channel before this that I had running for 4 years, and every single time I would be posting consistently and get some traction or some views started coming in, or I felt like I was getting to where I need to get to, I would stop, not post for months at a time. I post my short form content on social media and it would start getting traction, start trending, start going viral or whatever. I disappear. I shut down and I disappear for weeks after. Film all of this content only for me to not edit and not post them. I know exactly what I need to do for my PCOS, for me to manage my symptoms, for me to lose weight, for me to get on track and reverse my symptoms. And I literally do them for weeks and then I stop completely. Like at one point my goal was to get to 180 pounds. I got to 183 from 200 plus. And the minute I saw that I was at 183, I'm like, oh, 3 more pounds to go. Binge that entire week. You know what's the worst part about all of this? I know better. So I see what I'm doing. I know what's happening. I know that whatever thing I'm doing right now is me self-sabotaging, but I can't stop it. Or I didn't feel like I could stop it, but now I feel like I understand more what's going on with like me wanting to self-sabotage. I understand the reasons behind it, and so now I can work towards doing better because now I know exactly where it's coming from. Spoiler alert, it's all based in fear. Now I know I just mentioned this and you're probably like, wait, what the hell? Let me break down what happened with the $7,000 investment into my business coach and how I basically wasted that entire couple months of my life and that $7,000 investment. The short of the whole story is that I stopped following the strategy and the plans and the things that I need to do when I realized that it required me to show up. And I know it sounds stupid, but like that's exactly what happened. And it didn't matter if I believed in myself, it didn't matter what else was there. All I needed to do was to show up, and my business coach said show up for 6 to 8 weeks and you will see the results that you want. I didn't show up. And unless you're someone who sabotages as well, you probably won't even get that. But let me give you a little bit of context. Here's what happened around that same time that I started this business coaching. I told a few family members about this plan, and they doubted me. They doubted me so hard, it's not even funny. They pretty much told me that I'm delusional and this is not how life works, and I cannot start this business and it will not work. And before you start coming to my defense and calling them assholes, I don't think they were deliberately trying to like poop on my parade. I think what happened is that the thing that was causing them to make those comments is their own fears, their own doubt of themselves, their own limiting beliefs. Because coming out of your comfort zone is super freaking hard. Dreaming big and actually following those dreams, regardless of what your external story or situation is pretty freaking hard. And so their fears of if they could do it was what stemmed that comment or those comments or those beliefs that they had no problem sharing with me. And the sad part about all of that is that I let them. And so as a direct result of that conversation, I started doubting myself too. What if I was actually being delusional? So now the life that I wanted to create was not in alignment with how I was feeling about myself or the things that I was believing. And that misalignment is what usually causes people to self-sabotage, because you're like, do I deserve this? Can I even do this? Like, let's not even try it. So let's sabotage it before we go and fail and realize that we really couldn't do it in the first place. And that's exactly what I was doing. But the thing is, I saw this quote somewhere and it says that the reason why your dream or your vision is yours is because you're the only one who will see and understand it. It's just like when you go to bed at night and you have a dream, even when you wake up and you explain it to somebody else, they won't understand it or feel it the way that you felt it in the moment or the way that you're able to feel it going forward. And funny thing, my business coach also knew I was self-sabotaging because she's the one who suggested that I get this book, because she's like, yeah, this will definitely help you. And then the next big sabotaging moment that I know you're probably like, girl, you're crazy, is having 97 unread messages in my business account on Instagram, most of which are potential clients. Could be 10, could be 15, could be 20, but at least 5 of those people are ready to pay right this minute if only I responded. But this was months ago. Here's the crazy thing. Why am I not responding to the messages? After doing some journaling and all of these things, I now realize that that I am afraid of success. Or at least I was, because I'm trying not to be anymore. Remember earlier when I said all of this is rooted in fear? Yeah, this is one of those things. Fear of success. Because if I respond to those messages and they're like, yes, Kimani, I would love to work with you right now, you know what that means? I'll have to show up. I'll have to show up to give them the value for their money and make them feel like this investment in me, in my services, was worth it. What if I don't show up? What if I can't deliver? What if I disappoint them? Those are all the thoughts that are coming through my head before I even respond to that message. But you know what's the crazy thing about this though? I have no proof that I will disappoint them. I've had multiple clients before and currently that I'm not disappointing. Like, they freaking love what I do. So why would I think that I would disappoint or not be able to deliver with the new people to come? The same exact thing used to happen with my previous YouTube channel. So when I started that channel 4 years ago, I was posting my cake baking and decorating videos because that's what my first business was. And the videos were doing freaking good and I was growing pretty well and I was so close to being monetized, and then I stopped. I stopped and I convinced myself that I needed to change my niche, and I had no reason to change my branding, to change my niche, to change anything, because what I was doing before was working. So why would you change something if it's not broken? Like, somewhere in my brain I convinced myself that I was showing people how to bake and decorate cakes, but I myself was self-taught and I just didn't feel like I was enough. I didn't feel like I knew enough about what I was doing to post tutorials online. And don't worry, I'm coming up on what I'm actually doing to make these changes, but before we get into that, like, what I've realized, as I've mentioned before, is that the core of all of the self-sabotaging for me is fear. And it's fear of failure, fear of success, fear of being seen, fear of being perceived, fear of disappointing people, fear that I'll show up and it won't go the way I plan and I'll look stupid and I'll make the people who doubted me right. Like, all of it is just based in fear. This is the biggest realization that I had to come to and wrap my mind around and like give myself grace for. But self-sabotaging isn't being lazy or not having discipline. It's literally our body or brain trying to protect us from the unknown. Our brain's main job is to keep us safe, and our comfort zone, that is safe. Coming out of our comfort zone and taking a risk or going into the unknown of, I don't know if I'll succeed, I don't know if I'll fail, I don't know if I'll look stupid, I don't know if I'll look cringe, I don't know what's going to happen over there. That feels like it's not safe, and so our brain makes all the excuses and all the things to prevent us from actually showing up as the version of ourselves that we want, so that we stay stuck in where we're sure that we're safe. Your brain wants you to survive. It doesn't necessarily want you to thrive. It doesn't care if you thrive or not, but keeping you alive, that's its main mission. So now let's get into what I'm actually doing about it, because knowing these things and saying these things is one thing, but what are you doing to change this narrative? So the first thing that I'm doing is that I'm calling it out as what it is in real time. So if I'm posting a video and I'm fearful about it because whatever and I'm self-sabotaging, I'm going to say this. Right now I'm self-sabotaging because I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm scared that this video will not do well. I'm scared that it will not reach its people. I'm scared that I'll fail. Or I'm also scared that it will succeed and I'll have to show up now because this video got 10,000 views instead of my usual 10 views. And now I have to show up for 10,000 people instead of just 10. Because you see, the thing is, when we realize what we're doing and why we're doing it, and we name the fear and explain why we're fearful, our brain connects and it kind of makes sense to us why we would be fearful. But also that fear loses its power because now we're like, yes, I know this is there, but guess what? I'm doing it anyways. Second thing that I'm doing, which is a big one for me, is I'm separating my family's fear and objections and limiting beliefs from my own. I am allowed to want more, to dream bigger than anybody else that I know, and that doesn't make it wrong, or it doesn't make it weird, or it doesn't make it cringe. And even if it does, then so what? I read this thing somewhere, I can't remember where, so I can't give credit, but the quote said, why would you want to take advice from someone that has a life that is not the life that you want for yourself? Like, that doesn't make sense. Would you take money management advice from someone who doesn't have money, or would you take it from someone who's a billionaire who can say, okay, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to avoid, and all these things? Like, that makes so much sense to me, to take it from the millionaire. And one of the best ways that I have found right now for me personally to separate their limiting beliefs from my own internal belief system is to not share everything. And right now this channel is up, and I've posted a couple of videos so far, and none of my friends or family know about it. They don't know about any decisions that I'm making in my business or in my life outside of the generic, regular, basic things, because I don't need to hear their opinions if I know what I want to do. And so I'm taking those steps to get to where I want to get to. The next thing that I'm doing is that I'm deciding to respond to 5 messages per day. Out of the 98 messages that I have there, I can respond to 5 in a day. I don't need to respond to 15, I don't need to respond to 30. But if I respond to 5 and I carry those conversations through, if somebody wants to buy, then great, let's do that and let's move forward, because I know that I can deliver. But if not, then that's fine. Let's move on to the next 5. But this is going to prove to my brain that I can do this, and it's not as hard or as scary as it seems right now, saying, oh crap, I need to talk to these people, I need to do all of these things. The 4th thing that I am doing, I'm actually about to do on camera. I am unwrapping this book, because the thing is, my fear is not of the book. I'm not afraid of the book, but I'm afraid of change, and I'm afraid of committing to that change. And so I am unwrapping this book right now, and I'm committing to reading 1 page per day. I'm not going to say a chapter, I'm not going to say anything, but I'm going to read 1 page per day. And the text is pretty big, so 1 page is literally just a minute's read. I'm going to read 1 page per day until I can build up myself to read more than a page. The 5th thing that I'm doing is actually this channel, which is a brand new channel. I have decided to step away from the channel that I had 4 years ago that has all the things that I don't love. And I am starting this channel differently, and I'm going about it with a fresh new approach. There's still a part of me that is scared that I'm starting this channel and I'm just going to self-sabotage, or that this channel is me self-sabotaging because I'm leaving a channel that has grown so much to start from scratch. But let's be fair, this is what has changed, and this is why I'm making this new channel. That old channel, it has all my family's friends, all my people from university, from high school, all those things, all those people over there. That makes me feel like I don't want to show up because I don't want to be judged. I don't want to have that fear of failing and having them see all of it. I also have all the doubts, and I overthink all the content because I'm like, if my family and friends are watching this, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about how I wasted $7,000 on an investment and I'm not showing up when my friends and family are watching. But on here, I can be my authentic self without feeling like I'm going to be judged, or without feeling like I can't show up, or without having those limiting beliefs or those opinions cloud all of what I'm trying to do. And even if it feels like it's not working in the beginning, I'm going to be consistent and I'm going to keep showing up, because the thing is, only one thing can tell whether this will work or whether I'll follow through, and that's time. And we just have to wait it out and see together. So yeah, that's the breakdown of my self-sabotaging situations. And if you made it to this far in the video, then I know you're probably relating to a lot of what I said, or maybe you just wanted to snoop to hear how I'm messing my life up and being my own mountain and my own enemy. But regardless, I'm very happy that you're here and that you made it this far in the video. Maybe you have your own version of your $7,000 invested that was basically wasted because you didn't follow through, or your 98 DM messages that you haven't responded to because of fear, or your unwrapped book that you have for months but you're not doing the thing that you said that you're going to do. Maybe you have your own versions of these stories, and if you do, I just want to let you know that you're not broken, you're not lazy, there's nothing wrong with you, you're not not undisciplined, and most of all, you're not alone. All you are is scared, and being scared is okay. It just shows that you care about something enough to fear the possibility of it failing. It means that what you want to do or what you're going after actually means something, because nobody fears anything or has any strong emotions about anything that doesn't matter. If this video resonated with you, then definitely subscribe, because I will be posting more about these kinds of things on a weekly basis, or at least that's the plan, because I don't plan on self-sabotaging this thing now, so I'm going to be showing up. And leave a comment down below and let me know what thing you're self-sabotaging with, and if you're doing anything about it, or if this video has helped to inspire you to maybe just go past the fear and do the thing anyway. If you made it this far in the video, you're an absolute gem, and I enjoyed your company. I'm so happy that you're here. Please check this video out here if you're having mindset problems and you want to know the 5 things that I'm doing for my mental health that has really helped, and you don't have to pay $1 in order to do these things to improve your mental health. But I'll see you in the next one. Until then, just remember to do something today that will help you to be a little bit better than you were yesterday. Okay, bye bye.